we've seen.
In his conversation with Foreign Minister Fabius, you said that Secretary Kerry talked about the Poroshenko ceasefire, which he has now ordered a start of. The Russians have come back just within the last half hour or so and said that this looks like an ultimatum and doesn't really look like a ceasefire. Can you elaborate on more on what you think, what the administration thinks of the ceasefire proposal, whether it's an ultimatum or it's a challenge and not really a
it's a
ceasefire?
unilateral ceasefire, and certainly they need a partner in order for it to be effective. But these are steps taken by President Poroshenko and the Ukrainian government to provide a path to de-escalation. Obviously, the Russian separatists or Russian-backed separatists would need to be a partner in that, as would the Russians, in order for it to be effective on both sides. Okay,
and then have you seen, since recognizing it's only a couple hours old now, but have you seen any indication from the Russians that they're willing to now take steps that you think would de-escalate the situation?
We have not seen new steps, and in fact, I've pointed to some escalatory steps.
So in fact, they're doing the opposite of what you say they should be doing.
Correct.
All right, and there's still no trigger though for these sectoral sanctions.
Oh well, I know we announced the sanctioning of 7 new individuals this morning. Early next week, as I noted, the Secretary will be at the NATO ministerial meeting, where Ukraine will be a big part of that conversation, and there'll also be a range of meetings among Europeans next week. So we certainly expect these issues to be a big topic of conversation.
So is this ambassador, this Russian ambassador to the United Nations, is he lying?
I will let you put labels out there, Lucas, but I conveyed to you what we know as the United States. Sure.
You'll be able to answer this, and you may want to just refer to Treasury, where I've already asked the question and not gotten an answer.
Okay.
The 7 individuals were identified in the Treasury release and in a separate kind of fact sheet about them. And it has information like dates of birth, in some cases places of birth. Only one of the 7, for only one of the 7 is the citizenship of the individual specified. That person is Russian. Who are the other, what is the nationality of the other 6?
It's a good question. I don't know it off the top of my head. I will follow up with them and see if that's information we can provide. As was noted in there with the details in the press release, it's more related to the actions, and some of them are Russian-backed. But I will see if there's more we can provide.
Who's taking the escalatory measures, the Russians or the Russian separatists?
Well, certainly the Russian separatists, but again, there's no question in our view that Russia has the ability to call on them to lay down their arms and to secure the border, and there's more that they can do to promote a de-escalatory process.
Could I?
One more Russia? Sure, go ahead. Go ahead, Ali.
In Russia, in the region, there was sort of the latest example of Russia's fabrication of stories, and I would also defer to Matt on this line of questioning because it involved him, but I just...
Go ahead.
But I just want to get your take on it, and what do you make of that story that was out there today?
To be clear, and I used social media to tweet about this earlier today, but there was a report about comments I made that were comments I never made, and so I would first clarify that. But I would say, broadly speaking, that the tactics of fabricated news stories and a range of vicious personal attacks that I and others have been a victim of are not steps you take when you're operating from a position of strength. And there's no question that the more we talk about our support for a strong, sovereign Ukraine, the greater the attacks become. So I will leave it to others to draw their own conclusions on that front.